Imagine walking through your day, talking to your family, passing strangers on the street, sitting in meetings with coworkers. Now imagine knowing, without doubt, that every single person you meet has the potential to become a Buddha. Not someday, in some distant future, or in another life, but right now, in this very life. This is the promise of Nichiren Buddhism. Not just a hope, not just a comforting idea, but a living reality available to everyone. The people you cherish, the people you struggle with, even the ones you avoid, all of them hold the world of Buddhahood deep within their lives. How can something so extraordinary be so universally present? It comes down to the core truth of the Lotus Sutra, which teaches that all living beings possess the Buddha nature. In the words of the Lotus Sutra, all living beings are capable of attaining Buddhahood. This was a radical idea in the time of Shakyamuni Buddha, and it remains radical today. It overturns every idea that says some people are better, holier, or more spiritual than others. In Nichiren Buddhism, the distinction between an ordinary person and a Buddha is not in birth or social status, but in the condition of their mind. Nichiren Daishonin explained this with clarity. When deluded, one is called an ordinary being, but when enlightened, one is called a Buddha. It is not a different body or even a different life that makes the difference. It is awakening to the truth of one's own nature. It is choosing to bring out the highest potential that already exists within. Just like a mirror that becomes bright when polished, the mind of a person reveals the brilliance of Buddhahood when polished through practice. In one of his most beloved letters, Nichiren writes, "A mind now clouded by the illusions of the innate darkness of life is like a tarnished mirror, but when polished, it is sure to become like a clear mirror, reflecting the essential nature of phenomena and the true aspect of reality. Arouse deep faith and diligently polish your mirror day and night. How should you polish it? Only by chanting Nam-myoho Renge Kyo." This simple, powerful act of chanting is the method by which we reveal the Buddha nature in our lives, not through retreating to mountaintops or escaping the responsibilities of daily life, but through engaging with life directly and sincerely. Nam-myoho Renge Kyo is the key. It is the expression of the mystic law of life. It contains within it all the teachings of the Lotus Sutra. It is not a magic phrase, but a profound and direct connection to the ultimate truth of life. Nichiren taught that this practice is universal. He wrote, "If you wish to free yourself from the sufferings of birth and death you have endured since time without beginning, and to attain without fail unsurpassed enlightenment in this lifetime, you must perceive the mystic truth that is originally inherent in all living beings. This truth is Myoho Renge Kyo. Chanting Myoho Renge Kyo will therefore enable you to grasp the mystic truth innate in all life." Think about that. This lifetime, not the next, not after death, now. The sufferings we go through, loss, doubt, fear, frustration, illness, hardship, these are not signs that we are far from enlightenment. In Nichiren Buddhism, they are the very fuel for our transformation. Each challenge is an opportunity to polish the mirror of our lives. Each moment of chanting is an act of defiance against the delusion that we are powerless, that we are small, that our lives don't matter. This view changes everything. When you understand that everyone you meet has Buddhahood within, your view of the world changes. The colleague who frustrates you, the neighbor who avoids eye contact, the stranger who seems rude, each one of them is a Buddha, even if they don't see it yet, even if they act far from it. This is not about ignoring bad behavior or being naive. It is about recognizing the deeper truth. No matter how obscured, the Buddha nature is there. That is why Nichiren wrote, "Even a sinner of great evil, if they chant Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, can attain Buddhahood without fail. This is not a license to do wrong. It is a call to awaken. It is a declaration of the power of the mystic law. Everyone can transform. Everyone can awaken. Everyone can polish the mirror of their life and reflect a light of Buddhahood And so the question becomes, will you polish your mirror? Will you chant day and night with deep faith? Not because it's easy, but because it's true. Not because life will suddenly be free of hardship, but because you will be free within it. This is the path of the Bodhisattva, the one who seeks enlightenment not just for oneself, but for all people. The Lotus Sutra uses the image of a great physician who knows how to cure every kind of illness. That physician represents the Buddha, and the medicine is the teaching of Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. But a medicine only works if we take it. Chanting is taking the medicine. It heals the hidden suffering of the heart. It strengthens the will. It reveals clarity and compassion where once there was confusion. Nichiren writes, "The purpose of the appearance in this world of Shakyamuni Buddha, the Lord of Teachings, lies in his behavior as a human being. We practice not to escape humanity but to embody it fully, to show what it means to be human, awakened, and alive, to be a person of courage, of joy, of wisdom. And this is not reserved for monks or scholars. This is for you, for everyone. Your life is not small. Your potential is not limited. Every time you chant, you are choosing to see your life as it truly is, a mirror capable of shining with infinite light. That light is not something added to your life. It is something revealed. It is something returned to, like finding a precious jewel buried beneath the dirt." In the Expedient Means chapter of the Lotus Sutra, the Buddha says, "At all times I think to myself, how can I cause all living beings to gain entry into the unsurpassed way and quickly acquire the body of a Buddha? This is the heart of the Buddha, compassion without limit. And when we chant, when we practice, when we live with the spirit of faith, we become the hands and voice of that same compassion." Nichiren's own life was an example of this. He faced exile, persecution, threats, and isolation. Yet he never stopped chanting, never stopped encouraging, never stopped believing in the power of faith. He wrote, "Winter always turns to spring. Never from ancient times on has anyone heard or seen of winter turning back to autumn." That is the certainty of this practice. When you chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, you are planting the seeds of spring, no matter how cold the winter feels. You are polishing the mirror of your life, no matter how thick the dust. You are revealing the Buddha, no matter how strong the delusion. Even if you don't feel like a Buddha, even if your life is filled with mistakes and regrets, still, you can awaken. That is the message of Nichiren Buddhism, not a theory, not a distant promise, but a reality. In one letter, Nichiren wrote, "Even embracing a single phrase of the Lotus Sutra is equal to making offerings to the countless Buddhas of the 10 directions." That is how powerful chanting is. It brings you into direct harmony with all Buddhas, all truths, all compassion. It puts you on the same path that all enlightened ones have walked. Not because you are perfect, but because you are determined. Faith in this practice is not blind belief. It is the courageous decision to believe in your life, to believe in the law of Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, to keep going, even when it's hard, even when you want to stop, even when it seems like nothing is changing. Because each chant is polishing. Each effort is transformation. As Nichiren said, "Be like the Lion King. A lion is not frightened by any other beast. Be fearless and strong." Buddhahood is not a passive state. It is a powerful condition of life. It means facing your fears, overcoming your karma, and standing up again and again with hope. To chant is to fight. To chant is to awaken. To chant is to live with the knowledge that your life has no limit, that your potential is boundless, that you are not a small self, but a great self. So today, begin again. Chant with the determination to reveal the Buddha in you. Chant with the vow to help others do the same. Chant not to escape life, but to fully enter it with wisdom, courage, and compassion. The mirror is waiting. The Buddha is within. The time is now. Your voice holds the key. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo is not outside you. It is your life expressing its highest truth. Even one chant, done with sincerity, can start to move the wheels of change. Over time, that momentum builds. Over time, what seemed impossible becomes possible. The people around you begin to change. The world begins to reflect your inner light. When Nichiren was exiled to Sado Island, he wrote, "The more the authorities rage against me, the greater is the joy I feel, for I am now certain that I will attain Buddhahood." This is not the joy of escape. It is the joy of unshakable conviction. No matter the storm, his heart was firm. He knew that the true path was not in avoiding hardship, but in transforming it through practice. This is what it means to live as a Buddha. Not to float above the world, but to walk in it with courage and compassion, to smile even when tears are near, to speak with kindness even when you are hurting, to chant with strength even when your voice trembles, and to know always that you are not alone. When you chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, you connect with countless others across time who have walked the same path. You walk with Nichiren, with Shakyamuni, with all those who have vowed to bring light into a suffering world. Buddhahood is your birthright, your mission, your destiny. Claim it with your voice, polish your mirror with faith, and shine, shine, shine. Let every Nam Myoho Renge Kyo be your promise to never give up, to rise again, to become the truest version of yourself. You are not waiting for Buddhahood to come from outside. You are summoning it from within. You are revealing what was always there. This moment is your mirror. This breath is your opportunity. This chant is your step toward eternity. There is no one else who can walk your path. Your journey is unique. Your struggles, your victories, your insights, these are yours alone. And yet, through the mystic law, they become a source of encouragement for others. When you chant, you light a path not only for yourself, but for those around you. You become the example, the proof, that Buddhahood is possible here and now. You are the living embodiment of hope. And in a world that often forgets its own dignity, you become a reminder that every life is sacred, every life is capable, every life is Buddha. So chant, with faith, with urgency, with joy. Chant not because you lack, but because you are ready to reveal your boundless treasure. The mirror is waiting, and it longs to shine.